At 5:30. With only a couple of days left before many of you go to the Minnesota precinct caucuses, see why Republican Jack Kemp says he can win your vote despite the polls. Also see how the 4 family members hacked to death with an axe were remembered by family and friends today in Rochester. And if Minnesota has 2 seasons, winter and road construction, then winter must be almost over. Lou Harvin warns you about the problems you might find on your way to work tomorrow.
And I'm Mark Stevens, live at the Winter Olympics in Calgary as the United States hockey team prepares for their big game for the medal round with the West Germans. We'll preview that for you, and we'll also have a street-level look at the Olympics as the world comes together here in Calgary.
When you're driving for the gold, you go all out. And right now, your Lincoln Mercury dealers celebrate that same spirit with their Drive for the Gold event. An all-out effort to win your business with up to $1,000 customer cash on select models. The aerodynamic Mercury Sable, the sleek Mercury Cougar, the sporty Mercury Topaz, and other great values. Drive for the Gold. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
You have to be disappointed by the numbers.
Well, I am.
This is no longer a state. This is now a political theme park.
But the big thing to watch here, Standing Ruth, is if he does not finish in second place.
The best coverage then, the best coverage now. The Minnesota Caucus, Tuesday.
Dear Curtis, I was thinking about the Olympics the other day. These are the best skaters, skiers, and hockey players in the whole world. So I was thinking that's an awful lot of pressure. I'll be watching your reports from Calgary, and I want you to know I'm behind you all the way. Your sports pal, Buddy. P.S. Don't blow it.
You are watching KSTP, your Olympic station.
Live from Minnesota's news channel, KSTP Channel 5, this is Eyewitness News.
And good afternoon, everyone. At the top this afternoon, Congressman Jack Kemp. He is predicting a surprise in Minnesota's precinct caucuses on Tuesday. On the Republican side, Kemp is trailing Dole, Bush, and Robertson in the latest statewide political poll released today. But Dave Andrews reports that Kemp is talking about a first, maybe a second-place finish here to give him momentum heading into Super Tuesday 2 weeks from now.
Jack Kemp was the only presidential candidate campaigning in Minnesota today. He has one of the best organized campaigns here. But a poll released by the Star Tribune today shows Kemp running a distant fourth. The survey was taken over a week ago, and Kemp says it is meaningless.
It's not accurate. They took the poll after Iowa, and it's just not accurate.
Minnesota Congressman Vin Weber, who is heading up Kemp's campaign nationally, says organization here is going to pay off Tuesday.
I don't know if we're going to be first or second when it comes to the delegates that actually go to New Orleans, but we're going to be either first or second when the delegates are actually elected, and that's what really matters.
Kemp responded to rumors that he has been asked to drop out of the race.
What about these rumors that the Bush campaign offered to pay off your debts if you'd agree to withdraw and support Bush?
They can't do it, and they know I wouldn't. They wouldn't offer it because they know I wouldn't take it.
So there's nothing to that whatsoever?
There's nothing to it, not even to the offer. Support freedom in Central America.
Kemp is the only ex-pro football player running for president. Today he tossed the pigskin around with his son Jeff, who himself is a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
So whether or not it's the end of the fourth quarter for Jack Kemp, no one knows for certain. But Kemp says regardless of the outcome here in Minnesota, he'll be heading to the southern states to take part in Super Tuesday. In Edina, I'm Dave Andrews, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
TV evangelist Jimmy Swaggart resigned from his post today after telling his congregation he had sinned against his family and God. The resignation came after Assemblies of God church officials investigated him on allegations of sexual misconduct. Swaggart's problems come more than a year after TV evangelist Jim Baker was forced out after his tryst with church secretary Jessica Hahn was revealed. We asked officials at former TV evangelist Pat Robertson's Minnesota campaign headquarters if they thought the Swaggart incident would affect Robertson in his bid to win Tuesday's caucuses. Officials say they don't want to comment on that right now. Robertson is campaigning in South Carolina and could not be reached for comment. And also tonight at 10 o'clock, we'll find out what some Minnesota members of the Assemblies of God Church think about the Swaggart incident. Our neighbors to the west are getting heavy political campaigning today. The South Dakota political caucuses, actually it's a primary also on Tuesday. Democrats Gary Hart, Paul Simon, and Dick Gephardt stumped the state today. The churchgoers, meantime, in Minnesota, in Rochester, Minnesota, mourned the passing of the Brahm family today. More than 1,000 parishioners filed in the Pax Christi Church to pay their last respects to Bernard Brahm, his wife Paulette, and their 2 children, Diane and Ricky, all murdered last week. The Brahm 16-year-old son, David, has been charged with the deaths. Authorities say all 4 family members died in their home of multiple axe wounds to the head. Many of the children's classmates and friends attended the 2-hour service today. A St. Cloud man who had been wanted by Stearns County authorities is dead. 36-year-old Thomas Olson shot himself after being stopped by police in North Dakota. Olson was wanted on charges of assaulting his wife by firing a shotgun through the window of her car. When North Dakota police pulled him over last night on a routine check, Olson took out a handgun and shot himself. A Pine River man has been found not guilty of murder in an unusual homicide case. Jerome By was accused in the death of 68-year-old Charlotte Linsdale. Linsdale was last seen in June of 1985. Her body was never found. Now, By had been accused of murdering Linsdale, stealing the deed to her property, and hiding her body. He was found not guilty of the murder charge, but was found guilty of theft. By is believed to be the first person in the state tried for homicide without a body being found. Well then, your headaches have just begun if you drive Highway 12 on the western stretches of the Twin Cities. Lou Harvin will show you why next.
And coming up a little bit later from the Winter Olympics here in Calgary, we will preview the big game between the United States and West Germany as the U.S. shoots for the medal round. Plus, our Steve Hartman is right back where he belongs, on the streets, trying to get a feel of these Winter Olympics from all of the visitors here. He'll be at the Olympic Plaza. All that and plenty more coming up live from Calgary.
As dangers to our environment and health grow more and more, some people in government want to do less and less. Some officials think that reducing environmental protection is the way to cut the cost of running our country. But if the government won't protect our environment, who will? There are answers, but it means asking more of our government, not less. America, it's time for new priorities.
Dodge Shadow ES. When you look at its 60 standard features, its turbocharged engine, its 770 protection plan, when you consider the fact that the Shadow ES is a better value, almost $700 less than the Chevy Cavalier C24, you'll agree, when it comes to outstanding value, it's gotta be a Dodge.
And with $500 cash back, you've now got an even better value.
Well, Gerald, it's almost time for Highland Super Sale.
Let's see, the Johnsons are here.
The Willens?
Wait a second, where are the Cripples?
Announcing Highland Superstore Super Sale, a sale where prices on many items are marked down so low, some people won't let anything stand in their way to get there.
Can't understand it. The Cripples missing this sale?
Frank, do you hear something?
Nah. Gee, I wonder if they forgot.
Right now, this Sanyo AM/FM stereo cassette player with headphones is just $24.97, and this GE 9-inch personal color TV with automatic color control is just $146. So no matter how you get there, get there.
Gerald, we can't wait any longer. Mr. Crepple.
But where's Mrs. Crepple?
Highland Superstore Super Sale now through Wednesday.
Honey, the microwaves are over here, see?
Look at this. Remember this from almost a year ago? Construction signs, heavy equipment, and traffic tie-ups on Highway 12. Well then, if you plan to travel Highway 12 tomorrow morning, you have 2 choices. Either head for work or school much earlier than normal, or find some other route. Work crews will be renewing construction of I-394, and as Lou Harvin explains, once again that will mean the highway will be partially closed, causing considerable delays.
This is your last warning from the Highway Department. If you don't know how to get in and out of Minneapolis without traveling on Highway 12, you'd better start looking for another route. Mike Jorgensen, a motorist who travels into Minneapolis every morning, already has a backup plan in mind.
I'm going to take Highway 7 and go through France Avenue over to Cedar Lake,
and try to get up to Glenwood, something like that.
Others like Dennis Johnson, who says he travels Highway 12 a lot, will take a simpler street.
I'll have to try 55, I would imagine.
Okay. Did you do that last year?
No.
Most of the construction beginning Monday will be near Penn Avenue over the railroad bridge. And on Tuesday, one lane in each direction will be closed off. About 5,000 motorists travel eastbound here on Highway 12 every rush hour morning. Now, right now, state officials have their fingers crossed. They say if everything is to go smoothly tomorrow morning, at least 1,400 motorists will have to find alternate routes. Last year, it worked. 1,400 motorists did find other methods to get around. Alan Pent, I-394 coordinator, is hoping for a repeat.
People will find their quickest route. I'm just advising them that if nobody shifts, Highway 12 isn't going to be the quickest route.
Last year's construction project lasted only 5 months. This new project is scheduled to go on for 2 years. Lou Harbin, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
If you are planning on flying the airlines anytime soon, there are a couple of situations you should be aware of. First off, ticket agents and clerks for Pan Am are still in negotiations with the airline, and that's good news because the 4,100 workers have been working without an agreement since midnight, so they're still talking. Mediators say a strike has not yet been called, and negotiations there at Pan Am will continue. Now, for Northwest Airlines, it may be a different story. Tomorrow, results should be in on whether some 7,000 flight attendants have decided whether or not to strike. Last week, flight attendants from all over the country, including those here in the Twin Cities, cast their strike votes. A yes vote by a majority of the flight attendants means that a strike could happen this Friday. We, of course, will keep you posted. A little sun on a Sunday would have been nice, wouldn't it? We will talk with meteorologist Karen Falloon in just a bit to find out if Monday will be any better or sunnier. I hear we might see a peak of springtime. Plus, we will go live to this place. We'll go live to Steve Hartman there in Calgary so we can meet some of the people you'd find on a day downtown.
Lilt makes curls so easy. Lilt makes body so easy. Lilt makes the difference so easy. Beautiful hair is easy with Lilt Home Perm, because sponge wraps make roll-ups foolproof for easy care hair. Lilt makes the difference so easy.
There's one store where you get an award-winning combination
of price,
quality,
and choice every day.
So go for the gold.
With gold medal savings now at Mills Fleet Farm.
Get the comfortable classic fit of Lee and new Glacier wash denim.
Junior and Missy Glacier Riders now only $24.99.
Men's Glacier tapered jeans also $24.99.
Lee Ladies Glacier Rider jackets just $39.99.
Men's Glacier jackets only $36.99.
So save record-setting amounts of green
while you go for the gold now at Mills Fleet Farm.
LensCrafters has a better way to make your glasses. Our laboratories are right here in the store, so we can custom grind your exact prescription in about 1 hour. Listen.
We had them faster and didn't have to wait.
The shortest time and the best pair I've ever owned. Eyeglasses within an hour and very good quality.
Got them in an hour.
Go in and get a good pair of glasses in an hour.
LensCrafters, quality eyeglasses in about an hour. Burnsville Center, Southdale Center, Lomans Plaza, and now in Crystal Shopping Center, next to Target.
Faux pas, blunder, error. When Barnett Chrysler Plymouth buys too many Chrysler minivans, whoops!
It's Barnett's February faux pas. It's hard to believe you could have too much of a good thing, but 150 minivans is too many. So we're discounting them all up to $2,000. Plus, Barnett is offering rebates up to $2,500 and payments under $100 on many Chryslers and Plymouths. The February faux pas sale at Barnett Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle in White Bear Lake.
Just like Mom taught us.
For about a week now, you have seen live and in color what Calgary, Alberta, Canada looks like. Well, you know, actually, though, we haven't just taken you on a live ambling walk to meet some of the people who are wandering around this city. Now, this is what downtown Calgary looks like right now from a distance. It's live, but Steve Hartman is inside this city right now to take us on a live visit with people in the Olympic Plaza. Steve?
This is our downtown camera location, 8 stories above Olympic Plaza. For about 2 weeks now, we've been broadcasting live from this area, and tonight we're going to take you actually into the plaza. I'm down here. I don't know if you can see me down here. This is where folks from all over the world gather, and we thought it'd be neat for you to meet some of these people. Great idea, huh? This is unrehearsed live television, so we never know what'll happen here. Just wait for some folks to come by here, meet some of these people. Sir, what's your name and where are you from?
Verinder from Edmonton.
Edmonton. So how far did you come to be here?
3 hours away.
3 hours away.
Yeah.
Seen any events?
Not yet.
Okay, Edmonton. There's an Edmonton. Thank you very much. Sir? Sir? What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Mike Young. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
From Texas. Have you seen any events or are you just trading pins?
No, I've seen events.
You got some good ones there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who else do we got here? Sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Sam from Lebanon.
From Lebanon?
Yeah, Lebanon.
So are you rooting for the home team?
Yeah.
Do you have anybody from Lebanon in the Olympics?
In Olympics, yeah, an uncle for freestyle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how's he doing?
Good job so far.
Okay, there's a Lebanon folk. Thank you very much. Here come some more folks here. Give me just a second. They're not everywhere. Sir, how you doing?
Good.
What's your name and where are you from?
Claresholm, Alberta.
Where?
Claresholm, Alberta.
Alberta. How far away is that?
85 miles.
What do you think of these Olympics?
Good so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. Have you seen any events?
No, not at all. Just up for the day.
Okay. Thank you very much. And one more. Sir, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm from Calgary, actually.
You're from Calgary?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Sorry.
So you come from 2 blocks to see these Olympics?
Well, struggled out of bed this morning, had nothing else to do, so.
Okay, thank you very much. There's just a few of the folks that are down here. Back to you.
Okay, Steve, there he is. Steve Hartman playing broadcast roulette live from Calgary. You never know what's going to happen on those live things. People all the way from Edmonton and Calgary. They're in Calgary. How about
Goodness gracious.
Well, all right. We sure had the sun yesterday. What a glorious day it was.
I know.
Today we're under the gray blankets.
Well, we sort of pay the price for getting that warmer air in here. We actually had quite a range of temperatures to start out across the upper Midwest this morning. It was in the teens below zero, as close as western Wisconsin. There's 17 below this morning at Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And of course, over western Minnesota and the southwestern corner, temperatures were in the single digits. And as you head farther out to the west, 20s and 30s. Now, some of this warmer air has been making its way across the upper Midwest. This area of very cold air continues moving to the east, so we've been getting the milder air out of the central and northern plains, and that's the way it will continue for at least the next 24 hours. Now, as we look at a shot of Calgary, the mountains there, just to the west of Calgary, we had a low this morning to start here in the Twin Cities of 0 and a high temperature, 32 degrees. No precipitation right now. With cloudy skies, that blanket of gray, as Stan mentioned, we have a temperature of 32. And the temperatures will be nearly steady or slowly rising tonight, so don't look for a big drop. Dew point is 28, though, and the relative humidity is 85%. Winds are out of the south, rather breezy today, 17 miles an hour at the moment, and the pressure is falling. We have on the satellite pictures that cloudiness across the upper Midwest, and that's mainly due to the fact that very warm air has been moving up and over the cooler air across the upper Midwest. And these clouds are moving right along with this warm front, which, by the way, should come through here tonight, and it's the reason our temperatures will be rising just a little bit during the nighttime hours. Out to the west of us, though, they've had high wind warnings from Montana all the way through Colorado. Some damage reports. Cody, Wyoming, had 76-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some wind damage to report earlier this afternoon. Those windy conditions will die down a little bit later on tonight. And the only other major storm system, actually it's winding down. They had major rain over the last 3 or 4 days across parts of South Georgia and northern Florida, 4 to 5 inches in just a 24-hour period in North Florida. And that's prompted some flooding, and they've had flood warnings out. Now that's beginning to clear up, so even the southeast looks like they'll be drying out. We have that warm front coming through, followed by a cool front early tomorrow morning, probably before most of us get up. And then tomorrow evening, an Arctic front, which is holding back the colder air for the moment, will be zipping right through here, and we actually won't feel the difference until sometime on Tuesday. So for tonight, we have skies to become partly cloudy, steady and rising temperatures. Those winds will be out of the southwest, though, at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Waking up, partly cloudy, 34 degrees. And then the rest of Monday, variable cloudiness, perhaps a few afternoon snow showers. Highs, though, 36 to 41 degrees. Those winds will be out of the west at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Monday night, 7 to 12 degrees above zero, windy and colder as that Arctic front comes roaring through here. And then partly sunny on Tuesday with highs 13 to 17 degrees. So we take a big drop. Dropping further still on Wednesday and Thursday with those morning temperatures just below zero and high temperatures in the teens, and then the possibility of a little snow, a little gray at the end of the week. on Friday there, but the temperatures at least will be back above zero.
Comes the big chill again, folks, for a while, huh?
For a little while,
Yeah.
just a little while.
I hope we can squeeze the sun out there, huh, somewhere? That'd be
We
nice.
will, we will.
Good. I like it. Thank you, Karen. Well, okay, for a look now at what's coming up in sports, we go live to Mark Stevens at the Winter Games up there in Calgary. Mark?
Well, Stan, coming up in just a little bit. In fact, next we will preview that big United States hockey game with the West Germans tonight, and we'll look back to last night when the United States finally struck gold in '88. All that and more coming up next from Calgary.
Wix Furniture is giving away love seats, free love seats. When you buy one of these lovely sofas for just $699.98, your choice of comfortable country style, easy living casual, or elegant traditional, Wix will give you the matching $599 love seat free. And no payments or finance charges for 90 days when you use or open a Wix charge. Unexpected quality, spectacular savings.
Wix, surprisingly Wix.
Premature birth. It can break your heart. That's why 2 years ago, Group Health started the first preterm birth program in Minnesota. And it works. Today, Group Health's premature birth rate is nearly 50% lower than the state average. Healthier babies, healthier mothers. Just what you'd expect from Group Health. Group Health, quality health care for life.
You're about to hear an offer that will change your plans because this week, Polar Chevrolet Mazda wants to sell 100 new and used cars and trucks in 18 hours. That's one every 10 minutes. You'll find new full-size Chevy 4x4s that were $13,263. Now they're just $10,995. 87 Novas, loaded, starting at just $63,88. Prices that'll get you to buy in February instead of June. 100 new and used cars and trucks in 18 hours. Only once this year at Thane Hawkins Polar Chevrolet Mazda in White Bear Lake. See you there.
Welcome back to Calgary, everybody. You know, for the United States hockey team, it's not a matter of whether they win or lose tonight. It's just how much they win by. That's all that matters. The United States must beat the West Germans tonight in their big game by at least 2 goals if Team USA is to qualify for the medal round. Now, if you remember back to Friday night, the Americans were also in a must-win situation against Norway. They handled them pretty easily, but tonight the pressure is really on if there are to be any Olympic medals for Team USA.
We've answered the call in most of the big games, and, you know, obviously it's the biggest one we're going to have all year. It really determines if it's a real successful year, if it isn't. So, you know, I think we'll come out and play our hockey.
Now, no matter what happens tonight, the Minnesotans on Team USA certainly have done our state proud. In fact, the leading scorer on the U.S. hockey team is from Cloquet. For a little more on the scoring machine from there, let's go to Rob Lear, who's at the Saddle Dome for where that big game will be played tonight. Robbie?
Says attention throughout this hockey tournament. And what's been interesting is to hear hockey reporters from all over the world ask, who is this little guy? Well, practically, or perhaps we're the ones that are lucky because we come from part of the world and we've been able to follow his career all the way from practically the very beginning. Tonight, I'll look back as we profile this very prolific goal scorer.
It's not his size. At 5'7", he's small by athletic standards. It's his lightning speed and stick handling skills that have earned Corey Millen the praise from his peers as America's best hockey player at these winter games.
I think that Corey probably is playing the best hockey of his life. He certainly is one of our big goal getters.
Here's an opportunity. Donatelli is in, drops it off for Millen, score! The Millen magic has been on display at every level he has played. The crafty center iceman helped put his hometown of Cloquet on the map when he helped earn them a berth in the state tournament. But Millen was forced to miss the big show because he fractured his ankle in the section finals game. Corey had to watch painfully from the bench and wonder what was next.
Here's Millen, up ice with Swaggart, and a centering pass.
From the sidelines to the spotlight at the University of Minnesota, to the Olympics in 1984 and back again in 1988. Corey has moved up the hockey ranks as quickly as he often moves around defensemen.
It's been a great thrill, you know. I'm a little older and I can really, you know, I think I appreciate things a little bit better this time around. My role's a little different, so, you know, I'm into it a little more than I was in '84. But it's always a treat and honor to be able to represent your country.
Corey's posed for his fair share of family photos. and he's even helped star in a video for Team USA. But Corey Millen says he is still not satisfied and won't be with his hockey career unless he helps cash in on a medal.
Things have been going pretty well for me. They've been going in the net. My line mates have been doing a great job. You know, things have been going well, but it's early yet, and it's a long tournament.
You can bet that if the U.S. is to move on to the medal round tonight, Corey Millen will have a big role in that. Yes, the Saddle Dome is the site of tonight's big game against the West Germans. Mark?
Okay, Rob, thanks a lot. We need Corey Millen to get plenty of goals. You know, that Saddle Dome, the ice there yesterday proved to be a golden pond for the United States last night as they won their first gold medal of these Winter Olympics. Brian Boitano of the U.S. turned in a solid gold performance in the men's freestyle. The final portion of their competition, his brilliant effort netted him the gold and left Canada's Brian Orser a close second.
I really wanted to come here and skate my best all around in the figure, short, and long, and I think that I skated my best all-around competition that I've ever skated in my life. Standing on the victory stand was like a boyhood dream coming true.
One other note from last night's figure skating. Remember Grzegorz Pilakowski of Poland? He's the Polish national champ who trained in Rochester, Minnesota. Well, Grzegorz finished 6th overall in the competition after last night's long program. That's an impressive finish for him. Did a little better than he expected. The United States also found some precious medals on another Olympic rink last night. It was speed skating. At the Oval, Eric Flame of Massachusetts got off to a flying start in the men's 1,500-meter event, breaking the world record. That record, though, only lasted for 5 minutes because Andre Hoffman of East Germany beat Flame by 6/100ths of a second. That knocked him out of the gold, but Flame ended up with the silver. As you know, the wind has played havoc with a lot of events here, especially the ski jumpers. They've been blown around all week. Today, though, the ski jumpers were finally in action, only it wasn't on the jump, it was on the range. You know, the kind where you drive golf balls. No medals were given out in this competition, and the wind was again a factor, but the little golf outing served as a pretty good way to pass the time as they wait out the winds. Hopefully, they'll be back on the jumps tomorrow. A couple of other Olympic notes for you. The Soviet Union whipped Czechoslovakia in hockey today. That forces Team USA to win by 2 goals tonight. Frank Picard of France won the gold in the men's supergiant slalom. That's the second medal of these games for Picard. And a Polish hockey player, Yaroslav Marowicki, has been banned from these Olympics because he used steroids. He's the first athlete and so far the only athlete that has been mentioned in any steroid or illegal drug use so far at these games. Back at home today, the Strikers had a pretty good day at the Met Center. A come-from-behind victory for them today. They played before a record crowd of 13,554 at the Met. They went on to win a thriller. They beat the Chicago Sting 6-5. Alan Willie scored a pair of goals, including the game winner. The division leaders get a few days off now before hosting Baltimore this Friday. Well, that'll do it from Calgary now. Plenty more for you tonight on the update, including a complete coverage of that big United States-West German hockey game. Also for you tonight on the update, Catherine Smith gives us a tour of some of the hotels in the Canadian Rockies, which you might call picture perfect. That does it from Calgary for now. Plenty more for you later. Stan?
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Nice roundup there. It was a thrill of victory in Richfield this afternoon as Minnesota's 1988 Junior Miss was chosen. 24 girls from across Minnesota competed for the title and a college scholarship. That's right. The contestants demonstrated their poise and their appearance today, and then the winner was crowned. Winner, Melanie Beth Smija, is the Junior Miss from Wells, Minnesota. She's rather surprised and happy, doesn't she? Well, for whom are you going to vote come Tuesday here in Minnesota? Last night, we brought you a profile of the Republicans vying for your vote. Tonight, on the Eyewitness News Update, we'll profile the Democrats so you can get a little more information on the candidates before making the decision. We'll also talk to Minnesota members of the Assemblies of God Church to see what they say about TV evangelist Jimmy Swaggart's resignation today. That's tonight, right after ABC's Olympic coverage, including the U.S. hockey team against West Germany. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight.